So you've always been an artistic person your whole life, rather it's drawing pictures or sculpting or whatever it is. You've always been an artistic person since school. You've only ever been interested in arts and craft. You've always wanted to study art. You've always wanted to study programming, that stuff. Let's say you've been a genius, in computers and all that stuff, right? So in your mind, you think about, let me just make a game. Screw it, let me do it. You start learning how it's done, how games are made. You pick a game engine, rather it's Unity or Unreal. And you're just like, screw it, let's do it, let's make a game. You spend hours upon hours in tutorial hell. You're watching Brackeys, you're watching, all of these tutorials, all of these, YouTubers, depending on what game engine you picked. So you start collecting game assets, right? You work on your first game. It takes you a while, but you're proud of it. You're proud of it. You made a game, player moving and everything. And then you don't publish it. Like for some reason, you just don't publish it. You don't think it's good enough. You don't think it'll sell well. I mean, you're proud of it. You let your friends play, you show it off, but you don't actually publish it on itch.io, right? And then, time goes by and you start getting better at it, at making games. You start making more games. You publish some, you don't publish a lot more. And then you start, going into YouTube. Like, every time you're publishing, a trailer, you're publishing something new about your game, a devlog or anything like that, it only gets about like 500 views, 200 views. At best, probably 2,000 views. You're trying posting on shorts. You're trying to implement memes and stuff like that, to satisfy the algorithm. But one thing that you didn't realize is the hardest part about making a game is not the modeling, the animation, it's none of that. It's beating the algorithm. Because let's be fair, there's a lot of good games, a lot of amazing games on itch.io that deserve more attention, but then they don't get that much attention because that's just how the algorithm is. It's really unfair, I know, right? Then over time, you start having less time to make games, right? Because now you've got college. Now let's say you have a family now, or you have your first job, right? And over time, you start slowly losing the love of making games. Over time, when you actually realize that it's really not that easy. Over time, you keep trying little by little, but then eventually you just quit. When you realize that anything that you make probably is not going to get anything more than 500 plays or so, and you just give up. You just disappear. That feels like it's the pipeline for a lot of developers, including myself. Really, well, not that I've given up, but sometimes I do have regrets, especially now that I'm sort of unemployed. Right now, my computer is broken, so all my videos are recorded through my phone, right? That's why the audio quality is just so bad. But I'm one of those people that's trying not to give up, but I really do regret it sometimes. So yeah, that is the pipeline of making games. All I'm gonna tell you is it's up to you, man. It's up to you. I'm sure I've just reminded a lot of y'all guys that at one point y'all had something that you were working on, right? You wanted to make the next GTA, the next Call of Duty. Y'all guys started and didn't never finished it. All I'm gonna say is that all those games that you may have made in the past that you just canceled, just publish them. Like, how bad can it be? Just let it go. Let it out on itch.io. Even if it's only going to get 58 downloads, 58 plays, screw it. At least you've got something out there. Don't just give up. Even if you have given up all the stuff that you've made, just let it out, man. Just let it out. So yeah, that is the pipeline of many developers, but I do understand though, because making games is really hard. Coding, modeling, animation, but marketing is the hardest parts. That's why a lot of people just quit, really. So yeah, I'm sort of down bad myself. I'm selling all of my 3D models on Patreon. If you guys enjoy the video, like, subscribe, and please support me. Support me over on Patreon to buy any of my 3D models. Yeah, so I can get something to eat tomorrow. But yeah, it's tough out here.